What's up, my Vina love, Sisters Vina D, coming to you all from Vina Team News.
So many things happen in this house, so I didn't win, but I feel like I won. Well, I'm gonna say congratulations.
That's exciting.
Thank you.
Just on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
Expect it to be like that when you got on?
I know that, I was super excited, first of all, to be a part of the first ever Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah.
I know that this, that's something that the fans have been wanting forever and forever. And even as someone on the show, I've always wondered what it would be like to mix everyone up. So I'll say that. It was great. Like, Peacock, shout out to Peacock. They really rolled out the carpet. I had an amazing time. I definitely had a couple of bumps in the road. Definitely after the little Bailey cue.
Yep.
I had a little moment, and I may have held on to that moment a little too long, but I had a little moment, and I may have held on to that moment a little too long, but I had a little moment, and I may have held on to that moment a little too long, but
I had to play it back 3 times. No, your phones or computer isn't glitching. Okay? This right here should have been Cynthia Bailey rehearsed answer for every interview. Because like I said in the previous video I posted on Apology to Shayna, why is she behaving like Kenya Moore went and did something terrible to someone in her family? So now she has to hold on to this grudge and this hurt. Finally, I had a little moment, and I may have held on to it for a little too long. Accountability. That right there should have been the answer. Friendships go through ups and downs. I had a moment. I don't know what happened to me on that trip. Kenya and I talk. We're good. Next. That's it. I'm not saying Cynthia Bailey's feelings aren't valid and she can't express herself or she should be silenced. What I am saying is, unless there's something else that we didn't see, the only thing Cynthia been mentioning is the dinner, the Bailey Q, which is my point. What happened at the Bailey Q that was so bad for you to continue to drag this out? Yes, people are asking her questions. She's not the one just randomly bringing it up. But Cynthia Bailey also had the power to shut it down. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. Kenya, I had a moment. That moment is over. We talked. It's all good. Next. The interviewer would move on. Okay? The interviewer would move on. Cynthia Bailey choosing to have these long 4 to 5 minutes conversations about it. That's what I mean as she's dragging it out. No one is going to force you to continue to talk about something.
What ended up happening, it just ended up changing the energy for the trip for me. And then it was just a hard trip. And, I really, honestly, it's kind of emotional for me to really talk about it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I went into that trip with the best of intentions. And then the energy just got a little weird. And then I was like, okay, I do this. And in real life, if that happens, you leave the trip. But if you're shooting a TV show, you can't go anywhere. You still have to be there with the people that you got into it with.
Exactly. I mean, I loved watching you on there because I thought it was great. And you know what? I thought your game, the Bailey Q, I thought it was just fun too. I thought it was just
hello. I mean,
fun game.
When and we can talk about production and stuff, because one of the great things about the girls trip is we can break the fourth wall. So like what they really like on Atlanta, I would do tons and tons of events all the time. And my events always were really successful and everybody always showed up because I was never like the villain on Atlanta.
It's emotional for her to talk about it. Yeah, there's something else going on. There's something else going on. Also, yeah, I caught that I was never the villain really in Atlanta. So people came to all of my events. But guess who you are using to come back to Atlanta? Exactly. The very woman you're talking about. We all know who is still currently on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and who the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers for years desperately want to be their villain. Exactly.
Yeah. So the Bailey Q was always a fun icebreaker, and it didn't have to really be shady. And honestly, to be completely honest, there were some shadier questions in there that I took out because I was like, no, I don't want to be shady like that. But I thought, what can provoke good conversation? Because we were just really just drinking and having a good time up until then, and I knew we were doing a TV show, so we had to get this thing going, right? Get some, you know what I'm saying? So anyway. So I just thought, but we're at work. Let's all play along. Yeah. And I don't care what the answers are. Just answer the question. That's right. It. Because it's a game. Thing. You can say the sky's falling. I'd be like, great answer. Pass the bowl. Next person, so we can go to bed. Yeah, exactly. I'm a team player. I always show up for people. I'm a team player. I'll say that. So there is nothing anyone on that trip could have done. And I would have been like, I don't know. Okay, let's play the game. I don't really care. We're making a TV show. It's not that deep. Right. I don't care. We're working. We're making a whole show. So I'm pretty easy. And that was the mindset I had. So when it kind of was going a little differently, I was like, wait, are we not at work right now? Right. Filming a reality show. I mean, yeah, exactly. Can somebody throw me a bone? I was there with you. I was like, come on, guys, just have some fun. Right. And it's not like I was like, please be mean and shady with your answer. No, like I said, you could have said unicorn for the answer. I've been like, great answer. Yep. Move on to the next person. I could care less. Right. Fun.
There's absolutely no reason this thing should have and should be dragged on like this. And I understand the pandemic. People aren't paying for cable like that anymore. They're on these streaming platforms, and then it's way cheaper, than cable. And then the show airs on, TV, and then it comes to the streaming platforms, and people are cutting back financially. And not only cutting back financially, times have changed. All of those things will affect the ratings. It's about to be 14 seasons. The show been on for a long time. However, what's also going to continue to contribute to the low ratings is when things are not authentic. It's when things feel too manufactured. That's why people don't longer care. Allow people to have their own authentic moments, storylines, and whatever that's really happening in their lives. This whole manufactured, we're going to bring her back on the show. Let me know so I can bring the cameras. When and if Eva and what Candy said on Watch What Happens Live. Eva wants to set something up so all the girls can come together. For her to do all of this just to get back on the show, it's going to be boring. Because what if Kenya Moore pay you dust? It don't feed into the mess. Girl, we talked about this on Girl Strip. Why are you bringing it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? You looked bad. Own that. That's your problem. Was I on Celebrity Big Brother when you did that to the other girl? Now you're on an apology tour. Did I do that as well? No. You did that all on your own. Your real character was shown. It doesn't have anything to do with somebody coming and basically telling you lies. This is the most I'm going to say about this. I'm not breaking anything down. I'm not making no more examples. This whole, it's a little too emotional for me. What did she do that you're acting like this? It's actually scary. I wish Cynthia Villain the best. I hope she's happy. Okay, once Andy and Bravo and them give her that peach back. And I really do hope that Kenya Moore pay the entire storyline dust. That's it. Kenya pay you dust, now what? What storyline do you have? Your husband say I had a huge argument that led him to say the marriage won't go past 2 years. Why don't you come back with that as your storyline? Oh no, it's going to affect your marriage. You don't want to put your marriage on blast on the show. But isn't that what being authentic is? If that's what's really going on in your life? Oh, let me go ahead and drag this woman down that every other person on the show have used for a storyline. Let me go ahead and be a part of that group as well. If you go to the RHOA playlist, if you're new here, you can see me breaking down all of the times that Kenya have gone above and beyond for the friendship, and Cynthia turn around and stab her in the back. Everything. So I do see some of you come and break things down in the comments, and I just want to let you know that if you go to the RHOA playlist, you will see all of the breakdowns and all of the videos I've done on this matter. You know, I read some comments in the last video I posted when she was apologizing to Shayna, and the comment was talking about how Cynthia doesn't have a brain of her own and she's a follower and all of that. Cynthia does have a brain of her own. I think that whole let me react because people put a bug in my ear, it's her way of blaming other people. She knows exactly what she's doing, but if she does something by herself, then all the blame is on her and people get to see her true character. But even if there's an opportunity to blame somebody else for her actions, she feels like that gives her the cushion to say, well, that wasn't the real Cynthia. That's not really me. I only did it because XYZ said or did this or did that. And I will leave you with this, because this is the only reason why I did this video, because this is the first time that she's really said I. But of course, she went back to playing the blame game again. The same thing happened on the show when she said, I'm in my feelings, I'm jealous, but then she went back to the blame game. But I'll leave you with this and I'll end it. You know, I said this before and I'm still doing videos on it, but at this point I'm over it, okay? Watch the platform where she says things like this. She did not say this on Watch What Happens Live. She did not take accountability on Watch What Happens Live because it was a major platform and she was interviewing with someone who have somewhat of a say-so in if she comes back or not. She did the same thing during that season when the whole cookie lady situation happened. She chose Candy platform, okay, Candy YouTube platform, to say that everything Tanya did in Toronto was a lie because the moment she and Kenya met the cookie lady, she picked up the phone and told Tanya. Tanya was aware, and that's the reason why she invited her to come and confront the lady, okay? You all know the story. I'm not going to drag this video and give more details. Go to the playlist again and watch it. I even said this. I said it was a setup. Cynthia was in on it. They were trying to boost Tanya presence on the show. That's the reason why we did not see Cynthia and Tanya sit down in Toronto, because there was no reason for them to sit down. I said all of this before she even confessed on Candy Show. But during the reunion, when Tanya was still turning up and coming for Kenya, that was Cynthia Bailey's moment to stand up and say, okay, now girl, look, I've been chilling this whole time, but you have to stop. Even if this makes me look bad and like a bad friend, I apologize, Kenya, for being a bad friend, for not giving you heads up that I told Tanya. But Tanya, I told you in Georgia. You knew. So the whole act in Toronto at the table as if you didn't know and this was your first time finding out. That's why Kenya was so confused at the table when Tanya kept asking her questions, because Kenya was like, oh, okay, it's clicking now. She's talking about her man, but how did she know? We didn't tell her. Well, Cynthia told her and didn't think as a good friend to say, oh, Kenya, heads up, Tanya knows. So when she comes at you sideways, just be ready. Exactly. She chose Candy platform, not the reunion, not a bigger platform that would have questioned her character and say, what type of friend are you for not giving your friend heads up? So now she's using this platform that only a couple of hundred of people was watching the Instagram live to say, I held on to this. I. And that right there is my reason for doing another video on this matter. I'm sure you all are tired. Don't worry, I'm moving on. But that's the only reason why I did this video, because most of you had no clue that this Instagram live even happened. Okay? All right. And the little kid, he says he wants to be Andy Cohen in his bio. His name is CJ, and he's 16. And he interviews all of these celebrities. So, hey, CJ, do your thing. All credit goes to you from Instagram. So kudos to CJ. Andy Cohen as in hosting. I'm sure you got that, but I just had to clarify that as in, hosting and doing his TV thing. And he's on his way. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. And here my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.